feel like you, I don't wanna come down. Don't know why, I'm inside when the sun's out, about to smoke my lungs out.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Got another pilot talk here. We're here with Commander Goggles. If you watch any kind of live streams, you've probably seen him around. Seems like I always see him jumping around and
I'm
posting
around.
everywhere. So we'll just jump in, see where this goes. So the first question I got is, where did you get your pilot name and your logo from?
So the pilot name, when I first started, I was flying like toy drones, trying to figure out how you guys in the FPV were getting the video that you were getting. And so I started watching a guy, Captain Drone. And so just as an homage to him, I was like, well, I don't want to directly rip him off. So I thought Commander something, but Commander what? And Goggle came to mind. And of course I did research, and there already was a product called the Amway Commander Goggle. And I was like, yeah, what, they'll sue me, I guess. Whatever.
I do remember those. I think they were that popular.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay.
I don't think so either. I was like, I'll risk it, and they never said anything, so whatever. But the logo was my first logo was like a cartoon of me that my daughter did, and I wanted something a little cooler, a little edgier, and so I got my son to sketch up something, and he told me later that logo that I have was a direct ripoff from a game called Zack and Wiki for the Wii. The little minions that run around in the background have that skull.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. I'm just ripping everybody off left and right.
But nowadays I think it's all iterative of anything. So.
Oh yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
The truth is, nobody cared about that Zack and Wiki game either. So.
Yeah. You can steal stuff as long as it's not very popular.
Exactly. That's my rule.
Funny. Pretty true though, too.
Yeah.
Your my next question is, how often do you get to IRL fly?
I try to fly. If nothing else, if nothing else, I go in the backyard and I fly once a week. I try to do more than that just to practice. But yeah, any opportunity I get. The weather's good, the sun is shining, it just finished raining, I don't care, I'll go out and fly.
Yeah, I try to. Wintertime is a little more difficult. I still try to whoop around like indoors and places and stuff, at least to
exactly
get out. Yeah, during the summer.
Yeah, anytime I can find an indoor spot, I'm out there, straight in the wintertime. Too funny. But yeah, I don't have a rigorous schedule or anything like that. I just fly when I feel like flying. It ends up being at least once a week, sometimes more.
Yeah. How often do you sim fly?
I never sim fly. Maybe once a year, and it's just because I get nostalgic or whatever. I'll whip out Tiny Whoop Go.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I don't. I just can't get into it. I've tried a couple of sims. I haven't tried them all. I haven't done Uncrashed or anything like that. But like a DRL, and I can't remember the other one that I've done. But I just can't get into it. It doesn't feel real enough, and so I feel like I'm going backwards if I'm working on a sim versus just out flying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It definitely feels more like gamey than
right.
Like what it feels like to actually play. So I understand that.
Exactly.
What's your caffeine choice?
I go back and forth. I love Coke, regular Coke, old school, full sugar. But in the morning, I have 2 cups of coffee, and then I have another cup of coffee midday, and then I probably have another cup of coffee at night. Okay. I'm caffeined all day long.
Yeah.
I saw Matty Blunt's made me feel bad. I saw his interview and he's talking about how he does. I was like, I wish I could.
Yeah. I try to limit myself. Maybe I'll probably have like maybe one energy drink a week, maybe,
Right.
and then coffee. I'll have a couple cups here and there throughout the week, so I don't.
Sure.
Not super. I was much worse like a few years back, but I've kind of weaned myself off, I guess, or I don't know. I just don't have time. It seems like I don't know. I guess, or don't think about it.
Right. I mean, if it was problematic, I probably would wean myself off. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm a speed freak, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like I talked to this with a couple people, but it seems like everybody that's in FPV has some kind of like ADHD or something, like it's just
Right.
like, or like scatterbrained, where they're just
Sure.
all over the place with everything. I feel like it's kind of a requirement, as much random stuff as you need to know and things you need to
Exactly.
kind of good at.
Exactly. Well, and two, you're making quick judgment calls in air, and I mean that's the hypermind. It's like exercise for the ODD and the OCD and the ADD, and it gives you a chance to work it out without freaking people out.
Yeah. I think it kind of just draws us in.
Right. Exactly. It's a natural fit.
Yeah. Do you run pre-arm on your quads?
I just started. It was a couple of months ago. I've set off a drone before, and it was like, it was no big deal. It's just a little, 2-inch or whatever. Who cares? But it was a couple of months ago, and I think I was arming a 3-inch, and something went wrong, and I leaned over to mess with the drone, and my controller's just, wobbling, and I was like, this just seems bad. This is like a recipe for disaster. So, yeah, a couple of months ago, I switched over all of my drones, added a pre-arm, and it took probably 2 weeks to get used to it, because I'd get outside and just flick the arm switch, and it's like, oh yeah, crap, pre-arm, arm. Now, okay, yeah, I got it. But yes, I do now, just because I respect my fingers.
Yeah. You're the only other one that has said that they run pre-arm in all the people I've interviewed. It's funny.
That's funny. I think they're just embarrassed. They don't want to admit that they care.
Yeah. No, I don't. I just did, only because like when I first got into it, I was like, researching a bunch, and like everybody everywhere was like, oh, you got to have pre-arm or you'll die, or
right.
Your face off and die. And so I just like did it, and it's just become like a habit now.
Right. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I knew it existed, but I just never did it. I was like, who cares? But yeah, here recently it's like, I see, and it was just like, okay, I can see it happen. I can see disaster.
Yeah. I probably don't even really necessarily need to do it, because like, if I'm not flying, I don't have my radio in my hands. I set it down or set it away from myself.
Right.
But like I said, it's been a habit. So like, it's just muscle memory at this point. I don't even think about it when I do it.
Right. Yeah. No, I clip my controller on, and it's on my neck until I'm done flying for the most part. So
I tried to do that, and I still I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I probably should do that just because it makes it easier to hold and everything. But then I always either forget about it, or I'll do it a couple times and then forget it. Right. I just hold it.
Well, it's funny too, because I've noticed, if I don't have a strap on, it's almost like my arms go to the wrong position and I don't fly right. There's a position where my elbows are bent at almost perfect 90 degree, and that's where I raise the controller up to that point. And so even if I'm sitting down, it feels weird, to have the controller just on my legs or whatever. It's like, now my arms aren't right. I can't do the moves because my arms are in the wrong position. So it becomes like a little tabletop almost, it's like a resting point.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, times that I remember to do it, it's kind of nice because it's just there and you don't have to
exactly
kind of freeze your hands up more. But I always just forget to do it.
Yeah, because then you're like, and two, you're not thinking about holding the controller. I do sort of a hybrid pinch thing, so not having to hold the controller is nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also need to get like a better strap because I've got like some weird ghetto one that I use from my DJ too.
Yeah, I think I've just got the cheapest newbie drone strap, like the one that everybody has.
Yeah. I need to
with
buy
the
one
newbie drone logo. Yeah,
because
I
I
think it was
want
like
to have
$5.
a detachable clip so I can detach it and set it down. So I don't have a dangle on the
Yes,
helmet.
yes, that is nice. Quick connect, and then wear your nerd necktie.
That's a good way to describe it. I've never heard it described like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. So how long have you been flying FPV?
FPV probably only 3.5 years, something like that. Like I said, when I first started, I got my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas that year, and I was like, I don't know, give me something to get into, like a 3D printer or a drone or a RC car, something, just give me something to get into. And she got me, I mean, it was a nice one, but it was basically a toy grade drone, with no gimbal and not FPV at all. It connected to your phone, and I was fascinated by it. So I for the longest time, tried to figure out how people were getting such good video, like I said, and I would try strapping other cameras onto it, and then finally I stumbled across, I can't even remember who it was now. It wasn't Bardwell, but it was one of the early guys. I can't even remember now who it was, but I started watching. Oh, it was Andy RC over in England. I started watching his videos, and it just like blew my mind. And so I was like, I've got to get in on this. This is the way to go. So 3.5 years, I think.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I started out on a Mini 2, DJI Mini 2, because like I'd known about drones and like known they were a thing and everything, but I didn't ever find FPV. I only saw like the shots of like buildings and stuff and scenery and crap like that. And I was like,
cinematic camera.
Yeah, the cinematic stuff. And I was like, yeah, that'd be freaking cool to do. And I got my Mini 2. And like it was a lot of money for me at the time to drop on that. And I was like, yeah, this is really cool. And I enjoyed it. And then like 6 months or so of that, and then I like stumbled upon FPV, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, I need to do that. Like, I don't care about the Mini 2. I don't give a shit about cinematic stuff. I want to make the drone do that however they do it. So, like, I just jumped in, researched for like so much. I watched so much YouTube and stuff, and like it was. I'm really happy. I wish that, like I said before, I wish that I would have gotten into FPV a lot sooner, because it's been like so fun. It's been amazing.
I wish I had found it first, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started, my first little FPV drone was because I didn't have. I'm in the same boat with you. I didn't have a whole lot of money to drop on some digital kit, go straight in. But I ended up with the Eachine E013 kit. It was a little brushed, with a toy controller and giant box goggles. But I want to say it was like $80. And wow, I mean, I had so much fun with that thing, flying around the house and bugging the cats and stuff. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't start doing freestyle until maybe 2 years ago, something like that. I was afraid to do freestyle.
Yeah. I started out with it was a Darwin FPV baby.
Yeah. Hey, I've got one of those still. I love that thing.
Yeah, I have it somewhere in parts.
That's funny. Yeah. It gets flown. It gets flown a lot. Yeah, mine gets flown a lot.
Yeah, mine.
I try not to.
Boards and got a replacement one, and then it's kicking around here somewhere.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. It's I think it was the first open prop. I had a 3-inch Cinewhoop, an HD LRC Veyron 30, whatever, but like a 3-inch Cinewhoop. And that baby ape, because I think when I got it, it was like $114, something ridiculous like that. It was like too cheap to pass up. And luckily, I haven't slapped it into too many things, so it's still doing pretty good.
Yeah, I got mine, broke arms pretty quickly, so I like looked online for like a new frame and found a new frame that had like thicker arms and stuff. And so I like transplanted all of it over to that frame and flew it like that. But I still love that. I was like, because it recommended 2S batteries, I think it did, but it said it could go up to 3S batteries.
Right.
My thought was like, well, if I get a bigger 3S battery, I'll be able to fly it longer and practice more, and I'll get better. So I was flying that thing on 3S 850 mAs, and it's recommended for like 500 mAh or something. Like, it was way overkill. And like,
that's funny.
I look back now and I'm like, yeah, that quad was definitely struggling to throw that much weight around. Because
that's funny.
I think I burned out probably 3 different motors. They're like the cheap silver bell ones that are like
and
everything. But that poor thing. I feel bad for it.
That's funny. It was well loved, though. I mean, you gotta,
Yeah, but I was like, if I just get bigger batteries, then I can fly for longer, and then I'll be able to practice.
Right.
Didn't even think about the like, oh yeah, it's only meant to carry so much weight and like fly decently.
It's too funny. Yeah, I think everybody does that though. It's like, how can I make it longer? What do I have to do?
Yeah, that was funny. I still have it. Like I said, I still have it around though. Funny.
Nice.
What's your current rig and setup for your like quad, goggles, radio, all that?
Yeah. I'm running a stock Zorro, and I'm actually running one of the 4-in-1 jobs. So I had to get when I finally switched over to ELRS, I had to buy the expansion module. I went that route because I'm cheap. So most of the quads I love for outdated stuff that they're running super dumb, sales on, but it's got most of that stuff has like Fly Sky and FR Sky receivers built into them. So that's the reason I went that route. But I've since, here recently I started adding ELRS to all the drones. So I'm like I said, stock 4-in-1 Zorro. I've got some Fat Shark Attitude V6 analog goggles. Old. Like I can't even remember. This is the first. Yeah, they're still great. I have no problems. I had something happened to them. I shorted out. I think the battery pack shorted out and fried something inside. But they sent it back to them. They fixed it right up. Sent it back to me. Fat Shark. So I have no complaints with Fat Shark currently. But then drones, like I said, I've got the 3 that I fly the most are the Baby Ape. I think it's the Baby Ape Pro 2 is the one that I have, and it runs on 3S all the time. I think you can run it on 2, but they recommend running it on 3. I've got the Veyron 30 CR that I used for all of my cinematic stuff, and the Mob 7 is Mob 7 1S HD is my whoop of choice. It's got the RunCam split camera system that has a DVR on board, so you can get HD footage from an analog drone.
Yeah, I had when I bought my Baby Ape, and then I decided I wanted to get a Whoop, so I ended up picking up a analog Modula 7, and I enjoyed that.
I love that thing. I've gone through a couple of them. I did the 1S HD Mob 6 and the Mob 7. Oh,
son.
it's visitor time.
Yeah, my son. Uh, he he's stumbled upon Ocarina of Time for the N64.
Oh, very nice. Yes, very good.
I
I
have
know what
my
you're doing today.
yeah. Well, I've been for the last like 2-3 days.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I have my. It's really cool though. I have my original N64 from when I was like 12 years old. I think when my parents bought it for me for Christmas,
Very
and
cool.
it's kicking around, and he like stumbled across it on TikTok somehow, and now wants to play it. And I was like, yeah, I actually
Right.
have that.
That's great. Yeah, my son actually collects old systems. So he's
Oh,
got everything back. Yeah, I don't think he's gone back as far as Atari, but he's got from the Nintendo NES forward. He's got
okay,
too many boxes of stuff.
Hey, that's not a bad thing to collect. It seems like they're just getting more and more rare. So
Exactly. Yeah.
investment.
Keep
Investment.
it working.
Yeah, but no, I had that Mob 7. I have still. Actually, no, I think I did end up killing that one. I think I fried the board and then I never ended up fixing it. But yeah, I enjoyed that Mob 7. It was really fun to
Yeah.
fly around.
Yeah, that's my Whoop. Whenever you see me flying a Whoop, that's the one that I'm flying.
Yeah, I tried to. Oh yeah, that's what I did. I think I tried to upgrade the motors or something, and then I think I went to test it and I like crashed into something and like screwed the board up, and I was like, well, never mind.
Right. Yeah, I just actually had to replace the board. You could feel it slowly dying over the past 6 months. It was like one motor wouldn't spin up until you kind of goosed it a little. And,
Yeah.
it was just getting worse and worse. And so I finally got a replacement board. And when I did, like the original had, they solder on a second SD card slot on the bottom so that you can record like black box data and gyroscopic data also.
Yeah.
But I don't want that extra weight. So when I put the new board in, I was like, I'm just leaving that off. I don't care anything about it. And it's made a noticeable difference. It's got a whole lot more chooch without that little extra bullshit board that nobody cares about.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I've also I when they came out with the Baby Ape 2, I was like, oh man, that'd be cool to pick up one of those just because like nostalgia for when I
Right.
started out.
Yeah,
That's
no, it's
funny.
fun. I've enjoyed that a lot. It's lighter than a 5-inch, but still kind of has that same feel. Just
Yeah.
real light. It just seems like you can do a lot more with it. It for sure doesn't have the hang time like a 5, but you can kind of fudge it a little bit. You can fake it.
Yeah, I've still got a bunch of 3S batteries that I'm sure like way dead by now. They're 3 years old or something. But,
Oh yeah, could be.
So next question is, do you prefer whoops or 5-inch?
I do prefer whoops. I mean, it's just I always have. I make myself fly bigger stuff, but if it's like you can just grab a whoop. You can grab a whoop and a couple of little batteries and go. And you're not going to annoy anybody. You're not going to, And if I do crash it into the water, it's like, well, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's like 5 inches more of a like you got to prep for it and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got to find a big space to fly. I feel like you have to be more careful, and I don't really think a whole lot when I'm flying a whoop.
Yeah. Funny story. I just literally yesterday got criminally trespassed from a store for flying.
I saw that on the Discord. What store was it? That's funny.
It's called Runnings. It's like basically a Goodwill or like a Walmart version. Like, it's like a Walmart version of like Bass Pro or something, Cabela's or something like that.
Oh yeah. I got you. That's funny. What happened? How did they catch you?
So I'd flown there because that store has, in the last 5 years, it's changed like owners like 3 different times. It's been like 3 different sporting goods stores in the last like 5 years.
Right.
Goofball. But I've flown there for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years now. Like, I mean, since I started flying, really.
Right.
I guess these more recent owners or whatever, people that work there or whatever, don't enjoy me flying there or whatever. But I was flying. I flew my 5-inch like outside in their parking lot. Like, I would usually do it at night, but sometimes during the day on like days that they weren't busy and stuff. Like, because I think they're
Right.
closed on Sundays or something, or Saturdays. I don't know. But because they have like a little like lawn and garden section, so it's got like awnings and stuff, so I could just, you know, fly my 5-inch around or fly my whoop around and, you know, do tricks and stuff. And
Sure.
I was doing that, and then like probably 6 months ago or something like that, or yeah, probably like 6 months ago, I was flying, and then I went and like I left, drove off, and was home, and like a cop pulled me over and stopped me, and he was like, "Oh hey," he's like, "Were you just flying at Runnings?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, well, "Why? What is it? What's wrong?" He's like, "Oh, okay, well they said they don't want you doing that there. They don't want you to damage their merchandise, stuff like that." I was like,
Wow.
it's just like awnings and stuff there. If I hit it with my drone, it's not gonna hurt it. It's gonna break my drone before
Right.
thing to hit their shit. And
That's
he's
crazy
like, "Well,
that a
yeah."
cop pulled you over, though.
Yeah. Well, I think that I'm assuming what they did was call the cops and like told them like they probably ran my license plate or some shit, something like that. I don't
Sure.
know. But yeah, I was like, okay, sure. And I live in a small ass town, so I mean, it's kind of like, you know, everybody kind of knows everybody and stuff like that or whatever.
Right.
So it's probably a lot easier to like find me and whatever. But yeah, he was like, "Oh, okay, well, just don't be doing that there. They said they don't want you doing that there." I was like, okay, sure. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna still do this stupid.
Right.
So
That's funny. I
but
mean, I
yeah,
figured a store manager, you know, maybe came and talked to you or whatever, but a cop pulled you over. Holy smokes.
no, and then for Spider Sugar's Murder Dome stuff, I was gonna fly my whoop inside the store, because I was like the challenge or whatever, is to gorilla whoop.
Right.
And so I did, and then like as soon as I landed, lady walked up to me and she's like, "Yeah, you can't fly that in here." So I was like, "Okay," and so I just left.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, and so then like the other day, I was just like flying outside in their parking lot, my little tiny whoop, and I like flew into their foyer and then flew out, and
Right.
then like I was just sitting in the parking lot, like putting my stuff up, but I saw a bunch of like Runnings employees coming out, looking around and shit, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Of
Oh,
course.
wow.
So
Yeah,
I was like,
you're
"Whatever."
busted.
I just put my stuff up and like drove off, and there was like a guy like taking pictures of my fucking car as I was driving off,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, "Oh, whatever." I was like, "I don't give
That's
a shit."
crazy.
And then like drove home, was sitting at home relaxing, and then knock on the door, look and see his fucking cop, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, you're gonna be were you flying at Runnings?" He's like, "What's going on with that?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "You've already been told not to and stuff." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I was just flying a little tiny drone. It's not gonna hurt nobody. It's not bothering anybody." And they're like, "Oh yeah, but it's harassment, so they want us to criminally trespass you, so you're not allowed to go there." I was like, "Okay." Like, I don't go there to fly, besides to fly my drone anyways, so I don't really care.
Oh, okay. Holy.
I don't shop
That's crazy.
there. So I can't go
Right.
on.
I'll take my drone business to Walmart.
I don't know. I just thought it was more comedic and funny than anything.
Yeah, that's great. But I don't want a cop coming and knocking on my
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll go fly somewhere else.
Right? Yeah, whatever.
Like I said, I've literally never shopped there. I've literally only gone there to fly my drone, so it's
That's great. That's
no,
great.
nothing off.
Yeah, but now you've lost a drone spot, though. That's worse than anything.
Yeah. It's okay. The business they'll go out of business in a year or two probably anyway. So
Oh yeah, and then the new owners won't know anything about you.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna get back to my questions after my funny story.
Cool.
So you said you do run analog on all your gear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't afford to do the switch.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. That's the only reason I haven't is because I don't. And I just don't feel like it's that worth it, really. I don't know.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I am a hardcore purist about that sort of thing, but but ultimately, I'm cheap too.
Yeah. I'm interested though to see like the cheaper digital stuff that's coming up. I want to see how that stuff flushes out.
Yeah, I'm watching all of that stuff closely.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm assuming that like they'll probably give you standalone VRXs, and then maybe I'll think about it. Maybe. I don't know.
Wasn't it Beta FPV that just released one? Are they the latest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the Open IPC thing that's been going on for a while, but that one seems kind of DIY, and already got enough DIY shit going on.
It seems like it's kind of stalled too. I haven't heard anything in a minute.
Yeah. And then there's the Art Light, which I think is like Cadix, maybe?
I think you're right. I think so.
Wait, no, Cadix is Ascent, right? Yeah, I think Cadix.
And so that other one is the Beta FPV, I think.
I think that. Oh no, now I remember. I think the Art Light was Beta FPV, but I think they've ended it. Yeah. So I'll be interested.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw UAV Futures guy just did a video, and it looks promising.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Like I said, I'm probably give it a year or two, just see how it flushes out and everything, make sure it doesn't die off. I mean, I might think about investing in that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's worth an experiment. If they can get the price low enough, I'll put a couple of bucks down to try it out.
Yeah, as long as the VRX isn't massively expensive,
Exactly.
So my next question is, how were you introduced to FPV?
Again, Google search, not Google, but YouTube searching, just from looking around and trying to figure out, because the quality of some of those cameras on some of those drones, even like I got a Holly Stone drone at one point. I thought, well, that's what I need. I need to get something a little bit better. And some of the cameras are just not great. And it really and truly was just trying to research how it is some of these guys are getting the footage that they're getting. And it was like, okay, I get it now. You got a GoPro strapped onto of course, that makes all good, it's perfect sense now.
Yeah, that's funny.
But nobody held my hand and helped me find the way or anything like that. I didn't. I was completely fumbling around in the dark.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I got a weird question not related to FPV. What was your favorite childhood cartoon?
I actually had two. I saw that in the preview, the questions that you sent to me, and I had to think about it. Scooby-Doo, of course, was all-time favorite, but Hong Kong Phooey. I was a big fan of Hong Kong Phooey with Catman Crothers.
Yeah, I was in like I've said before, I was born in the '90s, so I did catch some of the end of the Hanna-Barbera stuff, and
yeah, I loved Yeah, most of the Hanna-Barbera stuff I loved. I mean, even the stupid wacky races and that stuff, I still loved all of that stuff. Yogi Bear, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch a lot of those, but I do know of them just because of like I was catching the end of it and stuff with TV.
Right. And my obscure favorite, if you're looking for an obscure favorite, would be the George of the Jungle Power Hour with Super Chicken and Super Dave. So it was George of the Jungle, Super Dave, the race car driver, and Super Chicken and his sidekick Fred.
Those sound vaguely familiar. I don't think I remember any of them.
If you've not seen it, I do recommend it. It was the same people that did Bullwinkle. So if you liked Bullwinkle, you'll like all of those.
Okay, yeah. Next question. What was your first job?
I had to think about that one too. So when I was a kid, I would go up to the local market in our neighborhood and beg them to let me break down boxes or sweep the parking lot just to earn some extra money. But it wasn't like a paycheck. My first actual paycheck job was running the drive-through at Arby's in Marietta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Drive-through.
Yeah, Arby's. Yeah. I'm an Arby's man.
That's funny.
I do have the beef. Yeah.
Hey, Arby's got the best mozzarella sticks. I'll say that.
That is true. And their curly fries. I still like their curly fries a lot. Beef and cheddar curly fries all day long.
That's funny. Who are a few of your favorite pilots?
I mean, there's the standard answers. There's Bardwell, and there's Nurk, and there's, Steele. I can't forget Steele. But as far as like just people that I watch, I love watching Birdie FPV. He's mesmerizing. It's just like you can just sit and watch him and it just blows my mind how I can't even wrap my mind around half the stuff that Birdie does. Love Spider Sugar's content. Love Gringo, Mrs. Gringo, Venus. Who else do I watch regular? Vessel. Okay. I still watch Andy RC whenever he posts something, and I for sure still watch Captain Drone, even though he's a nerd and is basically just a reviewer. Oh, and Ken Heron. Ken would kill me if I forgot to say Ken Heron. Ken Heron has helped me more than anyone else in the world. How about that?
I was wondering if you were gonna shout him out.
Touch on Ken, yeah. Ken and I are super good buddies. So yeah, of course I watch everything he does.
Like he'd be fun to hang out with off camera too. Just
he is. I mean, we've butted heads a couple of times, but like I'd say 98% of the time, he is a blast just to hang out with, just to goof around with.
Yeah.
It's funny. We actually met because I was looking for people to fly with in the area. Couldn't find anybody to fly with, and I had been watching a lot of Bot Grinder. So I sent Bot Grinder a message, and I was like, "Hey, how do you find people to fly with?" And he was like, "Where are you?" And I said, "Nashville." And he said, "Oh, that's Ken Heron territory. Reach out to Ken Heron and tell him you're looking for somebody to fly with." So I did. I bugged Ken on a couple of videos, and I was like, "Just looking for somebody to fly with." Bot Grinder said, "Hit you up." And he sent me a message, and he was like, "Hey, we're going to be in Nashville flying. You should come goof around." And so I did. I met up with him and a guy from out near Knoxville. Keith came. I think he's like D&D Aerials Photography or something like that. So we all met up in Nashville and did a stupid video where I was up on the pedestrian bridge with a camera, and Ken would hover down just below the pedestrian bridge. And as people would walk up, I'd go, "Okay, now." And he'd pop up over the edge of the pedestrian bridge and just hover and look at people and see what their reactions were.
Yeah.
People flipped out that we were invading people's privacy and endangering people with their stunts and that sort of thing, and had to immediately take the video down and issue an apology and the whole thing. It was so, but I got jumped in. The first time I met Ken, he jumped me into the gang by almost getting me in trouble with every other drone pilot on the planet.
That's fun. Yeah, I do.
And we've been besties ever since.
Yeah, I do actually. I remember that video. Like, I was like I started flying in 2020, around there, 2021 maybe.
Right.
Like 2020 was when I started like really like looking into drones in general. But like 2021, sometime in the spring or something, is when I actually bought that Mini 2. But like I'd lurked. I've been lurking all along, like watching all the big channels and everything. So I've been watching Ken since probably 2021, more than likely.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I actually do remember you being in that. I remember that video and it being a whole big drama. And it was so
it was funny too, because I didn't know what was going to happen as a result of it. So I kind of like just kept quiet, disappeared for a couple of months and laid low. And then I sent Ken a message and I was like, hey, I'm ready to get together again if you want to. And he was like, I figured I'd never hear from you again. But so, yeah, we've done a lot of stupid stuff ever since then.
Yeah.
Bonded. What do they call that? Bonded through shared misery or something like that.
Yeah. Bonded through shared trauma.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's so stupid how people react to drone shit sometimes.
What was funny is too, in the moment, all day long, we only got positive response. Nobody had a negative response. It was only the comments section that had a really bad problem with what we did. The people that were actually out in the world, zero problem with what we were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like most people either don't care or just like ask questions. That's literally
right.
I mean, I've had one negative interaction that I can remember up until this point, and like the 5 years I've been flying or whatever. Yeah. Well, besides,
most people would. Oh yeah, except for the cops and the sporting goods people. But most people, it was funny because most people would stop and smile and wave or whatever. But like I'd say 10% of the people that we had that day would just like ignore and walk away, and so we would fly the opposite direction, and that was it. I mean, so I just either want to be left alone, or they'd go, oh, look how cute, it's a little drone, and wave. And yeah, but the comment section, holy cow,
stupid people on the internet.
Right, exactly.
So get back to the questions. Who should I interview? Who do you think is someone to be interesting to interview? And like I asked this question and they're all like, oh God. And the last question too, like, oh, I can't think of all these people. But my thought is like, we all know that like there's a ton of amazing pilots and everything. And like they all should, get in. But like my thing is like I plan on doing this long term, and so like eventually I'm gonna run out of the big name. So I also want to know like little like pilots or like up and coming pilots that people think are interesting and stuff like that.
I'd like to see, honestly, the first three that popped into my head were Birdie FPV, because he's just an interesting character. He really is. But Vessel RX and Something Light. So everybody calls him Gato, but Something Light and Vessel RX would both be good. They're both doing creative stuff, not just fly and then land and that sort of thing. They're actually putting a lot of thought and heady videos, quirky things, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing that I want. Because it's like part of this doing the interview stuff was like it seems like whenever interview people come into like niches or like the interview channels like start popping up, it seems like that niche kind of grows, gets bigger and stuff like that. And also,
Right.
it's just nice to help out like smaller pilots, or like people who are not
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious. I'd like to see what they're all about.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
because they're interesting people. How about that?
yeah. That's like I said, at the beginning, is like I just enjoy sitting down and talking to people, and like the interview questions are kind of just a vessel for that.
Right. Exactly.
And then the last question I had was just anything you want to plug. I'll link whatever down in the description and anything like that.
Nothing that I can think of. I mean, flying. I'm plugging flying. Go fly. Get your drone out. Quit making excuses. You don't have to be perfect. Just go freaking fly.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, you don't have to hit the perfect line every time.
No, exactly not. I mean, and two, if somebody wants to go buy my merch, they can do that. How about we plug my merch? There'll be a link in the description.
Yep.
It's all high quality, and you'll look like a boss.
And it's not caught, and it's not stolen from very little known things.
Exactly. No one will get in trouble as a result of buying my merch. How about that?
It's funny.
Cool.
That's funny. Well, I appreciate you spending time with me. It was fun to sit down and chat, man.
This has been fun. I've enjoyed getting to know you better too. It's not always, like you get to interview me to find out about me, but I get to find out about you too. So that's awesome. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's why, like I said, is like I tell everybody that I've interviewed, is like I don't want it to be like rigid and strict and everything. That I want it to be just a chat where we ask random questions, basically. I mean, there's a set questions that I want to ask, but it doesn't always have to be, boom, boom, boom. I mean,
exactly.
I'm fine with deviating from the set questions to, talk about random crap that doesn't even have to be related to drone.
Nice. Yes, absolutely. And you know what? You're close enough to me that we should be getting together at some point. We need to schedule a halfway point meetup.
I want to try to, at some point, like, make it up to I.O., because I know that's in Muncie. And, like, International Open is a multi-GP thing. I don't know if they still do it. I guess I haven't looked. But I know that they used to have, like, a big meetup. It was called I.O. It's an International Open. It's like a multi-GP. It's a race, but it's just like a drone hangout thing, too. And I also need to...
You're up near...
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you're up near Knoxville, right?
I'm up...
Or am I thinking...
Yeah, I'm up northern Indiana. Like...
okay. I don't know why I was thinking you were East Tennessee.
No. My parents actually live down in Tennessee. Now,
nice.
They live in Limestone, I think.
I'm not sure.
It's like a little town. It's like, I think they said it's about an hour west of Jacksonville, maybe.
Or Jackson.
No, yeah, sorry, Jackson, not Jacksonville. My bad, Jackson.
Hour west of Jackson. So, okay, so closer to Memphis.
Yeah, I think they're kind of like in between. I think is what they said. When I remember.
Cool.
I've never made it.
Well, are you gonna try to make it to Castle Crash this year?
See, that's the thing, is like I need to try to do better at getting out to FPV events, because like the last, since I've been flying, I haven't really ever traveled to go fly anywhere. I just fly like in my town,
Right. Yeah. I do that 2-hour thing as just a general rule. I'll drive as much as 2 hours to go fly someplace. Oh, I know that sword.
Yeah.
I recognize that sword.
A goofball. Yeah, but no, I want to try to get down to, what is that? That Minefield. God, it left my brain for like...
Yeah. Dude, that would be great if you came to Minefield. I'll be there for sure. Ken's birthday party? Are you kidding me? I can't get away from going to Minefield.
You old turd.
Funny. He's ready for Zelda.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. It was a pleasure, man. It really was.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Cool, man. I'll see you on the internet.
Yep. See you, man. See you, Goggle.
All right, brother. Bye.